Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report.
Metro's volleyball team found themselves down 2 sets. Do they make the comeback?
Also, zombies take over downtown Denver over the weekend. Did our Met reporters survive?
And a Metro teacher receives the prestigious award. This and more coming up on the Met Report. Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Mehregan Mizani.
And I'm LeeAnna Duarte. We start out with updates on the suspected killer of Jessica Ridgway. The arrest that everyone has been waiting for was made this week when Westminster police arrested 17-year-old Austin Reed Sigg. Sigg confessed to the abduction and killing of Jessica Ridgway and a separate attack on a runner during Memorial Day weekend. Human remains were found in the crawl space of his house, and according to investigators, he gave specific details about the case that only someone involved with Jessica's disappearance could know. He is facing charges of first-degree murder, felony murder, and a kidnapping, along with attempted murder and kidnapping in the case of the runner. The prosecutor said that the law prevents prosecutors from seeking the death penalty because Sigg is a juvenile, even though he is being prosecuted as an adult. The Met Report will keep you updated on the case as more information becomes available.
Last week, we told you about the food truck policy pending the approval of the Policy Development and Shared Operations Committee. That policy has since been passed and will go into effect on November 1st. Outside food vendors, including food trucks, will now only be on campus on Mondays, and there will be only 4 per day. The policy goes back for review in May, where if students get their voices heard, more days will be included. The Met Report will continue to keep you updated on the latest developments.
Metro State Theater professor Scott Lubinsky was presented with the Theater Educator of the Year Award for Higher Education back in September. Met reporter Kellen Stone was able to sit down and talk with him about the incredible honor.
You don't have to look far to find a great teacher at Metro. This week, the Met Report caught up with one from the theater department. Professor Scott Lubinsky was recently honored with the prestigious title of Educator of the Year for Higher Education.
It was good to see, theater people in the community that you've known for years gathering together, helping each other, training each other. It was a good moment. You don't know that people are looking, you don't know that people are watching enough to take a step to actually nominate you for something. So that I consider to be a great honor.
Lubinsky gave us some insight about his teaching style and what students should expect when taking one of his courses.
My teaching philosophy is really based on, yes, we're going to give them some information, but I may not give them all the information. And I may, to some extent, cause a little frustration on their behalf until they start asking the right questions.
With his 12 years at Metro, he has seen a lot of changes happen to the school. Scott gave us his thoughts on Metro becoming a university.
And I think President Jordan has been key to that in driving the school forward, pushing us towards the university status, moving us forward in the national scenario, and that's a good thing.
He also gave us some tips on how to be successful after graduating.
Be a good person. We can gain all the skills, and we should. We should always try to gain more skills. We should always be a life learner. We should always never arrive, right? There's always going to be someone better than us. There's always going to be someone who's less skilled than us.
With Lubinsky winning this award and the Metro Theater program being the only accredited department in Colorado, we can look forward to some amazing productions just across the way at the King Center. Reporting for the Met Report, Kellen Stone.
Along with Scott Lubinsky, Metro State alum Jimmy Miller was presented with the same award for elementary teachers in theater. The Met Report would like to congratulate both of them for achieving these awards.
With November 6th less than 2 weeks away, the elections seem to be everywhere, even here on campus. Rock the Vote visited campus yesterday, making sure people were informed and involved. According to their website, Rock the Vote's mission is to engage and build political power for young people in our country. The organization has registered more than 5 million young people using pop culture technologies. If amping people up was the purpose of the Rock the Vote yesterday, they certainly accomplished that. The plaza near the Tivoli Center was rocking all day long with popular music, video games, and even an appearance by Miss Colorado. Again, the deadline for voting is November 6th, so if you haven't already, get out there and vote. Remember, you can vote right here in our very own Tivoli Student Center.
The month of October is Conflict Resolution Month, and the Student Conflict Resolution Services is presenting a variety of events on campus. The next upcoming event is the Conflict in Media on Monday, October 29th in Tivoli Room 640 from 1 to 3 p.m. It'll address how YouTube and reality television represents conflict within our society, as well as society's perception of conflict. Student conflict resolution services can also help students resolve any college-related issues they have, as well as improve your communication skills. You can visit their office in Tivoli 311 for more information.
Used cooking oil from the Hospitality Learning Center may soon be doing a lot more than cooking tasty food. A collaboration between the HLC and the university will be recycling the oil into biodiesel. The project is getting started with a $2,500 grant that will determine the feasibility of setting up a biodiesel plant on campus. The prospective building is on 5th Street and would house a tri-institutional program aimed at sustainability and connecting leaders in motorsports, biofuels, water conservation to students, and faculty resources.
It's really great that the Hospitality Learning Center is going to use their cooking oil.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm excited to see what the new building is going to look like on 5th Street.
Yeah,
it's going to be exciting. Coming up after the break, students had the opportunity to learn the Thriller dance. Some of our own Met reporters showed off their dance moves.
Also, Lennox Williams will be bringing you an update on all Metro sports.
And we've got you an exclusive on the best haunted houses here in Denver. But first, Charles Medina brings you the 5-day forecast.
Here's your 7-day forecast. Saturday and Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 50, lows in the 30s. Monday and Tuesday will be mostly sunny with highs in the low 60s. Expect cloudier days Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with highs in the mid-60s, ending the week with a 40% chance of snow on Friday. For the Met Report, I'm Charles Medina.
Believe in yourself, realize that anything is possible, keep your eyes on the prize.
When you're at your weakest point, grace can rise up and pull you out.
So I felt like I was filling a void.
Even when I'm faced with difficult situations, I can always find something to smile about.
Little simple ways. I mean, there's really lots of things you can plug into.
Welcome back. Presidential and vice presidential hopefuls Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan came to Colorado to hold a rally on Tuesday. Red Rocks was the backdrop for the most recent stop by the Republican Party. The packed house enjoyed performances by Rodney Atkins and Kid Rock and heard from a local favorite, Todd Helton, before the Republican candidates took the stage. The enthusiastic crowd gave a roaring welcome to the governor before he spoke about his 5-point plan to get the economy back on track. Romney's plan includes becoming energy independent, taking advantage of trade, enhancing education, balancing the budget, and supporting small businesses. Election Day is officially Tuesday, November 6th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, visit www.justvotecolorado.com.
President Obama made Denver his second stop for what he called his 48-hour marathon extravaganza fly-around. With the backdrop of downtown Denver in the background, the Democratic candidate spoke to an enthusiastic crowd of 16,000 who endured freezing temperatures to support the president, some even being lucky enough to get a warm handshake and a hug from Obama himself as a thank you for their support. Like a college student studying for midterms, the president pulled an all-nighter in order to speak in Iowa, Colorado, California, Florida, Virginia, Ohio, and finally ending his two-day tour in Chicago, where he became the first president in history to cast an early vote. The theme for this Power Rally Marathon, Vote to Keep America Moving Forward.
And that's why I'm asking you for your vote. And if you give me that vote, Colorado, you'll have a president who hears your voice. A president who fights for your families. A president who spends every waking hour trying to make your lives a little bit better.
On Tuesday night of this week, there was a different kind of presidential debate, one between third-party candidates Larry King moderated the debate and included the candidates representing the Green Party, the Justice Party, the Constitution Party, and the Libertarian Party. They gave their answers to issues like indefinite detention of American citizens, ending the wars overseas, and the war on drugs, specifically the war on marijuana, and the spiraling student debt crisis. King stated he believed in, quote, providing a platform to those with real alternative visions for our country's future, end quote. Obama and Romney were not in attendance.
Ever have that odd craving for human brains? Well, me neither, but if you do, you were probably at the zombie crawl. The Met Report was there to catch all the gruesome fun.
Hello, Metro. I'm Madison Morris.
And I'm Ashley Hall.
And this is Zombie Crawl 2012.
Each year, zombies invade Denver for the chance to get some thrills, chills, and brains. This year's event kicked off Saturday, October 20th at Skyline Park, where we had the chance to catch up with the undead.
Well, we are dead people of the Capitol from the Hunger Games, so we're dead, but we're still dignified.
How did you come up with your theme?
People from the Capitol, their outfits are just so ridiculous, and they're so, like, hoity-toity. And
thank you so much. Okay, bye. What is Zombie Crawl?
Oh, Zombie Crawl. Lots of zombies, meat, fresh meat.
And can you explain how a zombie got you?
Oh, the city of the dead. Oh, the haunted. I was in there. Oh,
Zombie Crawl activities include the Oregon Trail, a kickoff at 2 o'clock, parade at 4, costume contest, and an after party at Castleman's if you're lucky enough to survive the night.
Forget Bieber fever. This zombie epidemic has definitely caught on. For the Met Report, I'm Ashley Hall.
And I'm Madison Morris.
Although it looks like everyone had fun at the zombie crawl, trouble followed after night fell. Police made 6 arrests on 16th Street Mall Saturday night during a police brutality protest that occurred shortly after the 7th annual zombie crawl. The Denver anarchist Black Cross Group organized the march to protest against police terrorism, according to their website. Although the protest began peacefully with banners, drums, and a few anarchist spokesmen, a short fight broke out between protesters and police in riot gear, which resulted in several minor injuries and 6 arrests. The march was not approved by the city and was not authorized to occupy public streets.
Halloween is the perfect time to experience fear at its greatest. The Met Report team took a look at the haunted house scene here in Denver. Karen Vega barely made it back alive to tell us the story.
Most of us are terrified of zombies, evil clowns, and possessed crazy people, and our only interaction with them is through a TV screen while watching horror movies with a bag of popcorn glued to our side. Well, forget the movies and popcorn. Now you can experience the terror in real life at one of Denver's many haunted houses. The Met Report was able to tour some of the scariest haunted houses in the state, and what we found was indeed terrifying. Among these were the Asylum, which featured a zombie apocalypse and a mental hospital filled with contaminated patients that popped out at you when you least expected it. Although the Asylum was extremely graphic and gruesome, its partner terror house, the 13th floor, had incredible lifelike animatronics of gigantic demons, aliens, monsters, and the sound and visual effects of these were bizarre. Hundreds lined up to experience the horror at first hand, and meanwhile witnessed the outside fire acrobatic entertainment. There was a monster for every phobia out there. But what seems to scare people the most?
Clowns.
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 As if I hadn't had enough fright for the evening, I decided to mess with what appeared to be a lifeless giant red-eyed monster. And this is what happened.
There you have it, Metro. I was officially scared. For the Met Report, I'm Karen Vega.
You too can experience the fear at the Asylum and 13th floor haunted houses by purchasing your combo pass for $37 Sunday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. or $42 Friday and Saturday from 7 p.m. to midnight.
We all know that candidates exchange rhetorical punches on the debate floor, but what about punchlines? Last week, both Governor Romney and President Obama appeared at the 67th annual Alfred E. Smith Foundation dinner, which raises money to support Roman Catholic charities. Each speaker is allowed to poke fun of political topics, themselves, and even their opponents.
People seem to be very curious as to How we prepare for the debates. Let me tell you what I do. First, refrain from alcohol for 65 years before the debate.
And I've decided that for our final debate, I'm going to go back to the strategy I used to prepare for the first debate. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to make Axelrod sweat a little bit.
All ski resorts in Colorado spend the summer fine-tuning their hills by spending endless amount of money on new snow. Now, thanks to science, mixing high pressure, water, and freezing temperatures, it is finally that time of year again to hit the slopes. Arapahoe Basin became the first ski area in the state to open last Wednesday, with Loveland Ski following 5 days later. Other resorts won't be opening until at least November. Copper Mountain will be opening November 2nd, with Breckenridge a week later. Winter Park opens on November 14th, and Vail will follow 2 days later. Steamboat, Monarch, and Crested Butte all open on November 21st. All of the 25 Colorado resorts should be open to the public by December 15th.
It hit headlines everywhere on early Tuesday about Lance Armstrong. Apparently he has a new title, the Doper, and the International Cycling Union has stripped Lance of his 7 Tour de France titles and are asking him to return an approximately $3.8 million in prize money. Many companies that sponsored Lance Armstrong, like Nike and Oakley, have also ended their contracts with Armstrong as well.
So Lance Armstrong, what do you think?
It's really crazy that they're just taking everything away from him now.
Yeah, and it's really sad to see something that stood for so long, like Live Strong, to just kind of go away now.
Yeah. Coming up after the break, Metro Music major musician Jesse Vitz joins us in the studio.
And the soccer playoffs are right around the corner. Will our teams make it?
Also, Kelly Matzer joins us to bring everything in Hollywood. But first, the Met Report is brought to you today in part by Health Center at Auraria, a proud sponsor of Healthy Moves.
Healthy Moves brings Auraria Zumba, belly dancing, Pilates, and yoga classes for free as part of tuition and fees.
Classes are offered Monday through Thursday in the PE building.
A full schedule can be found at www.msudenver.edu/healthymoves.
I'm Annalisa Blanco, your inside source to everything in Hollywood.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the Mile High to the streets of Hollywood.
You're going to do your woohoo at the
Absolutely
end. Yeah.
Giving you the Mile High scoop on what goes on in Denver.
I'll just say that some characters are united.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high. So make sure to check us out every week on Met Radio and the Met Report.